There was another Garrett that played with you, who plays for the Yankees right now, Garrett Cole, a guy that is having a fantastic year. Even though the Yankees absolutely stink, he's had a very good year. For everybody that was attacking him last year with the spider tag thing, which was ridiculous because this has been going on forever. And for baseball to try to figure this out and clean up something like this, just like steroids, and I have my own thoughts to that too, makes baseball look stupid. That's just my opinion. What was it like playing with Garrett Cole? Is Garrett Cole as good as everybody says he is?
Yeah, I mean so yeah, I got to play with him at a very young age. He came up and he already had a maturity air about him that he carried himself with about his work ethic. So and he had the arm. He's going out there throwing almost 100 miles an hour for 9 innings every start. So he had the stuff. And then with Pittsburgh, he'd have some great starts and he'd get hit up. So you always assumed he would figure it out eventually, but it took a little bit of time and go to Houston, got surrounded by some good pitchers, Verlander, and he just clicked, obviously. So, but yeah, I mean, he always had the stuff. I think just a little bit more development on pitching and location, and now he's able to spot up his pitch as well, and he's Garrett Cole.
Just so you know, Garrett Cole has only had one losing season in his whole career, and that was in 2016. He was 7-10. That's the only season out of 11 seasons that he's had a losing season. That just tells you, I don't care what anybody says, Garrett Cole is a great pitcher, and for a pitcher to stand out like that at 11 seasons, only have one losing season, says a lot about who he is as a pitcher. So I'm tired of hearing people and haters on Garrett Cole. Oh, he cheats. Every pitcher, I say it again, and you know this. You've watched Major League. If you remember what when Wild Thing was sitting there and he was sitting in the locker room and they were asking, "What is that?" He's telling him all these different things on his body and where he puts it, and he says, "Why you put snot on a ball?" And he says, "I'll put anything on a ball. I don't have an arm like you." And this has been going on forever. And that movie came out in the 80s.
89, yeah.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous that baseball, and listen, I'm not going to put down our friend Rich because Rich, he's getting paid by baseball, so he doesn't want to throw them under the bus. Oh, I love it. I love baseball. It's faster, and everybody's watching it, and it's better right now. I think it sucks, okay? I think baseball is just these rule changes have hurt the game, and I don't care how fast the game is. Baseball is baseball. And if baseball takes 4 hours to finish, baseball takes 4 hours to finish. That's why the fans are paying that much money to go and watch the game, because they want to sit there, even if it's boring on television, and they're paying for what they're watching. So I'm just tired of baseball. What are your thoughts to the rules? Do you like it?
Well, I tell you what, on the shift and the infield part, I'd be probably 20 or 30 points higher career batting average.
No question.
I had that 3-hole open a little bit more, but yeah, I mean it is what it is. I mean, actually as a fan, I don't mind it. I don't mind the speed of it as much. I think as a player, I'd probably not like it as much. I enjoyed the pace of the game as a player and kind of the chess game a little bit. But that's just me. I mean, it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't really bother me too much. I think at first it did, and then I've been watching some more games this year. I'm like, you know what? I can handle it. It's not the worst thing. What they should do is every home run over 450 feet, you should get a bonus run. That should be a new rule. I like that because then, that's pretty cool. I think that adds some excitement.
A half a run. Yeah. So that you have to earn. A half a run. 450 feet, a half a run. But how many 450 feet home runs are there every single year? I think, what have we seen? Like 20 of them? I mean, there's not many of them.
Right. Yeah, there's that. Exactly. So there's not many. But if, you get a stand up there and you're down by 4, grand slam, you get that half run,
That's interesting. I never thought of that.
Might change a game or two here and there. I don't know.
Very interesting. So, one guy who returned to Pittsburgh this year after being a franchise icon for a while that you played with, Andrew McCutchen. What was he like as a teammate?
Yeah, Kutch was a freak athlete, man. I mean, he came up so fast and just a good dude, just a good quality guy that you want to be friends with on and off the field, hung out all the time. Got to play with him in Indianapolis in AAA for a while, and he's just a good dude to have in the game, a good family guy, and I love him like a brother. He was we had a good time. We had a lot of ups and downs, and he works hard and just a good guy for the game and good guy off the field.